Hello and welcome to my first official video here covering the alpha version of RogueBook. As you can see here, this is a Kickstarter project taking the roguelike deck builder genre to the next level with this party-based adventure based in the Faeria world. And today I'm just going to go through the game. I'm just going to play a normal run, and we're just going to talk about the mechanics. I also want to talk about Sharra as well. I've been playing a lot of Sharra. Let me take some notes on her and what I think is really strong with her right now. She's quite a tricky character sometimes, so hopefully you get to learn a bit about her as well. But as you can see, if you have seen the alpha version, it is built within Faeria, but this is what the game can look like with your support. So head over to the Kickstarter page if you think this game is interesting enough to give your support, and hopefully we can make it a reality. So yeah, we're going to go into RogueBook here. And you can also join the Discord as well, don't forget that if you'd like to chat to fellow RogueBookers. Don't know if that's going to be what we're called. But yeah, you can head over to that Discord as well and find out more. Alright then, so we're at the character select. 4 characters to choose from. And it's very important which character you pick first, because they will start in your front row and they will remain in your front row for the entire run. So if you're looking for someone tanky, you can get someone like Sirocco, who gains block, which helps mitigate damage. Seifer's not too bad up front as well, he's a bit of a brute. But as we were talking earlier, we are going to play Seifer and Sharra. So Seifer is my favourite character in RogueBook right now, and I think he pairs very well with Sharra. You kind of make this really awesome, like, damage-based team. It can fall off a little bit towards the end game, a couple of the last boss, if you haven't packed enough defense, depending on which boss you fight. But this team's really fun. The damage output is ridiculous. These two characters are crazy damage dealers, and yeah, I've really enjoyed this comp. Now, if you have a look, I put Seifer at front and Sharra at back. Now, Sharra does actually have the Sword of Destiny, so at the end of your turn, if Sharra is leading, attack the leading enemy for 6. Now, when I first started playing Sharra, I used to have it at the front all the time, but I actually learned it was better to have it in the back row to start using the combo mechanic. The combo mechanics are a very big part of Sharra's game plan, so having it in the back row ready to use those combo cards straight away is a bit more beneficial than having it at the front all the time, because you won't always want her there, and you can always shimmy her to the front, move her to the front row to get the Sword of Destiny off. So yeah, Dragonslayer, comboing, that's what Sharra's all about. Seifer, he's just a brute, man. He's just pure damage. He's good fun, and I'll show you as we get started now. So on the board, as you can see, we have this hexagon style map. You can choose places to move, and in this situation, in our range, we have 2 normal encounters. But there's also elite battles, which offer tougher opponents if you'd like to try out against those. We also have gold here. You can use gold. So you've got 100 gold up here. You can use gold to buy cards, buy upgrades, heal. There's a lot of different things you can do with gold. So collecting gold is pretty good. I like to get a lot of cards early. So my general strategy so far with RogueBook is to use the first map to help build towards these achievements. My camera's in the way there, but 15 cards gains you a random gem. 20 cards gains 1 Faeria at the start of your turn. This is the most important upgrade in the game right now, in my opinion. Being able to have 4 Faeria, get to play an extra card in most cases, and that could be really strong. 25 cards, draw an extra card at the start of your turn. 30 cards plus max health. 35 cards plus max power. 1 max power. So I feel it's a good thing to aim towards this. And then at the bottom here, if you are new to RogueBook, this line will slowly move up here and start destroying, or at least creating like a fog of war for the map. So that's something to consider. For our first play, we're going to move to an encounter. We don't have much of a choice, so I'm just going to take an encounter there. And as we move, you might have noticed that we did reveal some of the map, so we can take a look at what options we have available to us going forward, and then we can strategize on where we're going to move. So how you move around the board is going to play an important role to how your party survives an adventure in RogueBook. So straight away from the decision of putting Sharra in the back row, we have access to these combo cards. 1 Faeria for 12 damage, really good in the early game. So we have 3 Faeria to work with, 5 cards in deck, 5 cards in hand. As cards are used, they will go into the graveyard. Once your deck has run out, you will reshuffle your deck, or the game will reshuffle your deck, and you'll just keep drawing, and reshuffle, keep drawing, etc, etc. So you have an infinite deck, essentially. There's no deck outs like in traditional card games. In deck builders, you recycle your deck once it's finished. So with 3 Faeria to work with, we're going to be able to push a lot of damage this turn, utilising Sharra's combo. We can go for a duel here, so this is 1 Faeria, for 12 damage, he moves the front row, bam, 12. Now we want to keep moving back and forth because we always want Sharra to go into the back row to get these combo pieces. So now we can go for a strike, move Seifer forward, get the combo, and there's a 0 cost combo here, move Sharra forward, and then we got 1 more to do. So this is going to do a block, not going to push any damage this turn. We'll just get a bit more damage, and then of course Sharra gets that 6. So one good thing I found with Sharra is if your opponents are not doing any aggressive actions on their turn, don't be afraid to have Sharra up front and push, but maybe if they're being a bit more aggressive, doing like 10 damage or something, you might want to put a tankier hero up front like Seifer, for example. So something to consider, like micromanaging your hero's health will play a big role. It's quite a turn actually. So Seifer has a mechanic called Unleash. Seifer transforms into a devil for the rest of the turn. He gains 2 power, and some cards are empowered, and you can see that as the 3rd keyword on the Unleash there. And if you look on Seifer's cards, there is a bracket in red with a different number. And a lot of Seifer's cards have this, so if you can get him into the Unleash form, the brand, you can get a lot more damage, and we'll have a look now. So this card unleashes for us, which is fantastic. So 2 power now, permanent. We did 5 damage. It's going to do 14. And this is going to do 8. Now, I'm not going to kill this turn, so I could just defend here and soak some health, which is fine. There's no rush to kill this. We're probably going to win this battle. I'd be surprised if we didn't. So yeah, just kind of similar to our first turn. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Lovely jubbly. So we take out the first encounter on the map. 11 gold as a reward there, so a bit of money to help us build our deck. And when you win a fight, you also get to draft a card. Now, I have been blessed with 2 very good 1-cost Faeria cards on the right. I really like Cross Slash, especially with certain heroes such as Aurora and Sirocco. A good way to naturally increase Sharra's attack power. They have cards. Empower from Aurora is a 0 cost. Give free power to the other hero. Sirocco has a 1 cost. Give free power to both heroes, I think it is. It's a flask. So there's a lot of options here to buff Sharra's power and make attacking something twice very powerful. Now, Spinning Blade is one of the only ways that Seifer has access to AoE outside of an Unleash triggered AoE, which you might see a little bit later. So I think I'm just gonna take. It's tricky. I'd like to get some of. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Spinning Blade. We will fight packs of creatures. That is inevitable. So we should definitely get that spinning blade and making sure we have access to some area of effect to just to manage those big packs and be able to kill them. So our choices here, we have a lot of encounters back this way. Every time we move, this line is gonna, this fog of war is gonna push up. I know Lou likes to go for the gem, so I'm gonna go for the gem. Gem of Temperance. Looks like all the Fugoros are down here. Oh man. So I might just take a bit of gold, so we get what, 110 there. But we've got to be careful because we don't want this to. I might just give up on these fights, but I want to take this one. So I gotta get the money here. Our counter up here. Good. So we can go for Fugoro, and then we'll reposition here. Take this fight. Unless we take this fight first, and then go to Fugoro, and then take this fight. Yeah, let's do it. So as you can see, the decisions you make moving around the map are going to be very important.
Well met.
So yeah, two creatures here, which is good. We're going to start off with our combo. We'll put Seifer up front. So these guys are just charging up. They're not up to much. And there we go. Oh wow. Do a lot of damage. So we're just gonna manually brand here.
Can be only one.
So yeah, the manual brand there, we get to unleash and get that +2. It's called unleash. I just keep calling it brand. And then we can attack for 8, combo for the 0, attack for 8, and then 2 lots of 5 damage for a nice clean kill there. There we go, 19 gold. Oh, a Grand Slash with 2 sockets. 9 damage for a card. So a 1 Faeria 9 damage is awesome. It's a good replacement for Strike, but also having a card draw on top of it as well. It's very tasty, and with 2 sockets as well. I do like Barrier a lot. Seifer is going to be one of our main defensive characters. Going to be the main defensive character of our comp here. But I'll take Grand Slash. It's 2. I can't see now. Ooh. I'm now out of reach of this one. I didn't expect that. So let's bounce back to this Fugoro. Tenderizer is actually pretty cool for Sharra because of Jewel. Jewel does 12 damage to the lead-in. And Sharra gets some pretty tasty cards down the line. But I also like these 2 cards, and I also like this card. So I was talking about my strategy, and I just want to fill my deck up. As much as I would love to get this, I've got to take the cards, guys. So I'll go through these cards now. So here we go, get a random gem. Gem of Knowledge, excellent. Okay. So the cards we picked up. Secret Stash. I'm a fan of Secret Stash. It's a good way to add combo pieces to your hand. A dagger is a 1 cost 5 damage. 0 cost if it's got combo, so it costs 0 if you're in the back row. So a good way to move Sharra back and forth to back row, which is really cool. There's also Follow Through. So these 2 have natural synergy. And just has natural synergy with Sharra. Once again, 1 for 8. That's pretty good. You know, if you look at Strike, 1 for 6. But Follow Through, 1 for 8. And then if you combo this to 1 for 14. That's some meaty damage right there. And then we picked up Glare. Enemy loses 4 power, which is okay. But if you have the Unleash active, does 8, so it has that bit of flexibility. I don't think this is as good as the barrier, but it is quite good against creatures that attack multiple times, so you're able to reduce that damage output. Now we do have some gems to play with. We have Retain. I don't know if there's anything I really want to use Retain. I'll actually, yes. So I love playing Retain on Rage, because let's say we have Rage in hand with a Defend, and then we have 3 Sharra cards. Using Rage is going to be quite... Using this is going to be quite... it's not going to be good, because we're not going to be able to do much damage, so we can just like let it just discard from our hand, and then gain it back on the next turn, and hopefully we have a way to enable more damage with the Seifer. So with the Gem of Knowledge, this is going to draw us a card. I guess I could just double down on the Grand Slash. I have that flexibility. Got 2 sockets. Why not? Why not? Let's see how it does. Right, nothing in range here. That's really sad. Really sad. But we can... So we're cutting a bit close here. We're getting very close to the border. So we'll go for this encounter. And then we could actually go back to Fagoro and see if we can pick up some cheap cards to get to that 20 card pool. I feel most comfortable in this game with more Faeria.
Well met.
Maybe that's just the Faeria player in me. I don't know. Oh, look at this hand. So much damage. It's beautiful. Okay, Sharra. You can just one-shot this guy. So we're going to deal... This is going to deal 10. So I can actually set up a kill. So this alone is going to kill this guy. So we can put 5 here. Yeah, and this goes for 10. So we kill this guy. We kill this guy. See what I mean by Spinning Blade? Very strong card, especially if you can get that Unleash going. We are gonna soak a little bit of damage on Seifer, but I'm okay with that. This is a little sad, but we should just be able to clean up. Yeah, chop, chop. Let's do a casual 14 damage to this 1 health guy. See you later, buddy. You see that 114 follow through? Definitely a very strong card in Sharra's arsenal. I would recommend drafting it. Oh. Why would you do this to me, game? I'm a big fan of Pact. Like, Pact for me is basically a way to keep... So I like Pact because it basically means that Seifer gets to unleash all the time, because you can... That's Retain, so even if you don't want to use it, you can just ditch it from your hand at the end of your turn, and it comes back, and then you can potentially set up more. But Faeria... Gloria's a great card. Just such a good way to get economy. I'm a big fan of this. We get 1 Faeria for 0, or we can get 2 Faeria if we're unleashed. Oh man, this one's tough. This card is actually rarer. So a one way you can determine the kind of power level of cards is based on their borders. So they have no corner brackets. It's what I would say a common card. If they have corner brackets and just corner brackets, I consider them rares. And then if they have this crown with the corner brackets at the bottom, I consider it kind of like epic or legendary, whatever you want to call it. So that gives you an idea of where the power level of the cards are. Okay, I'm gonna take Retain, just in case we don't see this again. We might see Infernal a bit later. Ah, there we go. So the other Area of Effect card for Seifer only triggers if you have Unleashed, because it has this Infernal keyword. But we're gonna pick that up for 40. Gain 8 block, attack for 8. That costs 2. It's actually not that bad. That's actually pretty good, especially with a socket. I can only take one more card, unfortunately. Oh, wow. I've never seen that. Monocle of Insight. First attack on an enemy. Each enemy is a crit. No wonder it costs 300. I don't know. I think we take Barrier because we don't have a lot of Faeria to work with right now. So I'll take Barrier. Now, that's all we can do. So let's get some gold. Ooh. I like Gambler Shop. Good way to draft cards. But we'll go for the encounter first. I'll take a look at my deck after this to see how close we are to the additional Faeria. So another pack
Well
of
met.
creatures, AoEs, are going to really benefit us. So I might, now that we have retained the pact, I might just brand here and just start destroying everything. Because why not? Let's go. Yep, we'll do this.
There can be only one!
So let's start off with this. Let's see where we are. 14. This is 8. The numbers are a little funny. I guess we can get a dagger. There's 5. I can one-shot this guy. This is going to do 14. So I think I'd actually prefer Sharra up front. Here. Yeah. So we can take the dagger. Now we can put 14 on this. Combo onto that. And it's a shame that we won't get this. But it just means Sharra will take 5, but she will also deal 6 back. So just making it a little quicker for us on clearing this encounter. GG's, GG's. And then we use the Infernal. I gained the Unleash from the Rage, and then I Infernal for 10 damage. Feels good, guys. Oh, I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards for Seifer, Frenzy. It's so easy to increase his attack and just deal tons of damage. Shadowbolt is a very cheap, and effective card because it costs 1 once you're Infernal, but it also goes up to 17 with the +2 attack. So it's 17 damage for 1. Really good value. It has a socket in it. Frenzy doesn't. We might see Frenzy later. So let's take that. 1 card away from the quest to get the +1 Faeria, which will help with our defense and damage output. The more Faeria you have, the more cards you can play, the more options available in an encounter. So from here, we're going to go to this guy. We're going to continue to draft cards in order to get those quest benefits. I like to check the spread of my cards. We got 5 Sharra here, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's get some Sharra cards. I feel this card has synergy with characters that can draw a lot of cards, like Sirocco. I think this is a good card for Sirocco, but on its own, I haven't enjoyed this card that much. Overhead Swing. Attack the leading enemy for 22, end the turn. I personally am not a fan of end the turn cards because I don't want to have to invest all in one card. Shadow Strike's actually really good. 0 cost 8 damage, discard a card. Fantastic. It's a cheap way to get some damage out, and you'll probably end up discarding something you're not going to use anyway. So we have the Glorious Ring. Thank you very much, Court Jester, giving us a card. Feels good. Oh, more encounters. So we could just loop up around, maybe just heal. I don't think I have the opportunity to heal, to be honest. So then we're going for 25 cards in our deck to get that extra card in hand, which again just gives us more options.
Well met.
This is looking like a brand turn.
There can be only one!
12, 14. He's going to do 12 damage. Do I want it on Sharra? Put it down to 23. No, we'll take it on Seifer. See what I mean by the damage output of this team? It's crazy. There's so much damage. So we can keep this now, which is fantastic. One of the beauties of Retain. We didn't get any combos, unfortunately, but we do have enough to finish this guy off. I have it. Nice and quick. Gonna get us another card. A little bit of damage, unfortunately. Now, Seifer also has kind of another line you can build with him. So I like to build kind of brute force Seifer, just get that unleash trigger, hit for loads of damage with AoEs and stuff like Frenzy. But there's also a kind of a summoner build you can go. And I've actually seen and tried myself Seifer Aurora summons, like double summoner. But we're not going to go down summoners today. We're going to focus more on dealing damage with Seifer. So we're building that kind of brute force build. We already have a secret stash, so I'm going to go for a flame rush. Now I should, realistically, I should start considering to draft more Sharra cards, since Seifer currently dominates the pool. But I've had better Seifer options than I've had Sharra options in most cases. This is a brand turn, guys, so we're going to brand. 12 damage to everything. His area effect is ridiculous. He's just so powerful with his area effect. I know this was supposed to be more of a Sharra episode, but Seifer just wants to show you what he's capable of. Zealous Blow. I've become quite a fan of this card recently. It basically combos as a 1 cost 8 damage, gain 2 power. So if you have a lot of combos going on, it can really help. So we're going to go for this. I would generally draft Scryblood. 4 damage. If you have Infernal, which you most likely will, it'll do 6 damage, draw 3 cards. That's really good, but we need to focus on Sharra here. We need to make sure she gets what she needs. I'll give it to Seifer. I think that's fine. Monk can't really help us in this situation, so we're going to go for the boss. So our first boss battle. Curious to see who we end up fighting. Hopefully the pack. No, we get the spider. We get Seal Tiger. We get the pack. Lots of AoE, which is very helpful. It looks like it's an Infernal turn. Yep. So this is one of the issues of having too many cards of one character in your deck. I generally tried to find a balance, but I think on the first chapter you have a bit more flexibility. Going into like the second, third chapter, you definitely want to balance the amount of cards you see. So yeah, how do we want to do this? Do we want to use this? I guess so. I think that's fine. So we use this, and then we just drop our hand. Get some block as well. So yeah. 10 damage, 12. Is that 12? Yeah. Unleash 10 damage. And then another 10 damage here. No, so getting that block. We soak 2. Now the vulnerable attack is going to give us vulnerability. The bearer takes 50% more damage, but we've just used a load of cards from Seifer, so he's probably going to sit in the back row. Now this spider has an ability called Web. At the start of each turn, reduce the power of the leading hero by 1, lasts until the end of the fight. So this can actually start stacking up very quickly if you're not careful. So yep, we're going to shimmy you here. As you can see, the attack power changed on the spider. So on Sharra this will do 15, but because of the vulnerable, it will change and it'll be a green number, basically informing you that the attack has been empowered. So yeah, we look at that, 23, and we go back. I don't know if I can use this if I don't have a card to discard. So we're going to do some science here. Yes, I do. Oh, you can. That is a very good thing to know. I actually didn't know that. Get that how I attack off. Kind of spreading the power reduction a bit better as well. Let's put you to the back row. Should we just do this? There's only a vulnerable attack, so we can do this, and then we combo this way. And this gives us power. We only gain 1 because we already had minus. And then we can go back to a block, go for a duel. Unless I want to set up the daggers. I think we're in a pretty comfortable position. 46 life remaining. Get that extra 7 off. A bit of soak there. So yeah, we'll go for the rage. Bit of a power increase. Glare, which is really good as you can see against the dual attack. So this would have hit me for 20, but because I reduced its power by 8, it actually only hits me for 4, which is really good. And we'll just dump as much damage as we can. And one thing to keep in mind: if you beat a boss, all your characters heal. So don't feel like you need to conserve your health in a boss battle. Just go all in, try and win the fight, and then at the end of the fight, you'll also have access to a heal. And there we go. That's all 3 row.
Only one.
Like I said, these two are damage machines if they're put together. And there we go. Got healed up to full. And victory. So that's the first chapter completed. Very, very nice. Let's take a look at our rewards. So 60 gold. Oh, a combo. That's really cool. So we can actually create a combo card, and I have the perfect card in mind for that gem. That's pretty good. And gain an extra Faeria at the start of the battle. So we get to play with more Faeria now as we begin our fights going into chapter 2. So yeah, let's get started on chapter 2. So as you can see, the map is different. There are relics in the game that allow you to move across ocean tiles, move over mountains, actually bring the camera back so you can see more and reveal some of the things you can find on the map, such as encounters, shops, and chests. So there's a lot of different things you can do in order to make your journey smoother, but not necessarily combat. So these items generally don't affect the encounters you have, the battles. but they will make a bit easier to navigate the world of Faeria. So we have a few gems to play with. This is ridiculous. So this is a 0 cost, 9 damage, draw 2 cards. 0 cost, 9 damage, draw 2 cards. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We also have Retain, so we can keep a card. But I'm probably going to wait. I'm probably going to wait for a little bit and see what we can do with this. We might pick up a better option. We have 135 gold to play with, but I think I'm just going to go for this encounter. And that reveals the left side of the map and give me an idea of what exactly I can get there and then make my decisions. I like to start things off by having a little look around and then figuring out where I want to go from there. So this guy here, the first time the bearer takes damage, it gains 15 block. So I generally leave this one for last and focus on his buddies. You can do 8. This is going to do 10. This is going to do 17. So much. Oh, we have so much Faeria to work with. Okay. So let's put 8 damage on this guy first. Get a power up. We can put another 8 somewhere. Yeah. Put another 8 here. And then we'll finish this off now. That's good. We could just... So this is 27 damage for 20. It's not that great in value, but this gains armor. Now I could put 17 damage here and just soak a bit of extra damage on Seifer. I might actually just, yeah, we'll nuke this, and we'll take Sharra up front. We'll take the 15, but we'll also deal 6. Oh, actually, we'll deal more than 6. We'll deal 8 because we have that natural power up from the Zealous Blow. Do I brand this turn just to push a little bit more damage? Probably. It's only pushing. I'm probably going to play these, but this costs 0. Let's brand. We're hoping we're going to draw, so we get 2 draws off this. So I'm hoping we are able to find some good cards to go with him. So we're going to have to knock this armor off. It's not bad. I mean, that's 10. And then we can go in for 12. We do 4 and 10, do 14. Or we could do 18, 24, and take 10. I don't think there's a rush actually, so we'll do it this way. And just preserved life. So I didn't have lethal on the creature that turn, but I had the option to gain armor, knowing that I'm going to finish this off next turn anyway. So I was just keeping that in mind. So Sharra, let's get you some daggers. We're probably not going to kill it this turn actually. It's a little unfortunate. So, yeah, we'll do it this way. Dagger. Put the 5 damage on him. And then we'll... this. And just block ourselves out of reach of the attack. We didn't have lethal that turn either, unfortunately. But we do now. Crunch. He's a cruncher. I always say crunch when Seifer attacks because I just imagine him 2 massive weapons in hand. He's got a big fiery arm as well. He's just smashing down on his enemies relentlessly. I mean, he's an angry boy, Seifer, so he's got a bit of rage inside of him. 1,000 cuts with a socket. I love 1,000 cuts. Attack an enemy for 4, 3 times. There's another card later on which is an epic, and it's called Slice and Dice, and it's attack an enemy for five times, and it's a 2 Faeria, Faeria card. That's also really strong. So yeah, we'll take 1,000 cuts. I'm a big fan of 1,000 cuts. So where are we in terms of this? We need 2 more cards to get the extra card in hand. Okay. We have Retain as well. Since I haven't done any encounters yet, let's see what we have. Oh! Time of Legends? Magda? Are you gonna give me a socket for free? Draft a socket. I thought I could put a socket on something that can get very strong. It's the Underground Boss. He allows you to choose an item to socket. I think it's 75 gold. Or you can socket a random card in your deck for 25 gold, if I remember rightly. So, yeah. So what do we want? How are we looking in the spread right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Which means we have more Seifer cards right now. Only by 1. So let's draft Sharra. I think Sharra's more likely to receive a gift or knighthood from Magda than Seifer is. So, a bit more thematic. Well, we're going to take Slice and... what's this card? Corrupt Blade. Combo. Attack for 2, inflict curse. Causes enemies to take 2 more damage from attacks this turn. 0 cost. So 0 cost, deal 2 damage, increase the damage someone takes by 2. This has tremendous synergy with Seifer, because he's just gonna... Oh. I really love this card as well. Now Shadow Stance I'm a bit on the fence with. So I drafted Shadow Stance the other day on my stream, and I found that it actually made things a bit more dangerous because every card I played moved Sharra to the back row. Now, it does enable tons of combo potential, but one thing I found is if your teammate dies, this is really frustrating because it moves you to the back row, which means you can't get access to the block. So it's a double-edged sword, Shadow Stance. I don't know how I feel about it. Now, Slice and Dice I just mentioned on how powerful this card is, but I've never used Corrupt Blade before, and I think in the interest of science, I'm going to take the Corrupt Blade. Leave. Okay. We have a lot of boxes over here. I'm only 1 card away from the extra card draw. There's actually a health buff. Let's have a look up here. What's going on? Lots of encounters. Let's get some health for Sharra now. I'm gonna go for this gem box as well. I guess we can do it this way. Magda's Rose. This relic is awesome. I've had a lot of fun with this relic. Haven't had it in ages. Cost 0. Let's give it to Sharra. She is the main girl of this run, and we're gonna get a gem. I had a really crazy amount of synchronicity gems. I had 3 of them, and I put them in the strikes, just the normal strikes in one of my runs. So my strikes would do like nuts damage for some reason. Maybe I could have put it in something better, but I wanted to try socketing some of the base cards to see if it just makes them a bit more worthwhile. Oh, we don't have any other options. I think we have to take the elite battle here. We have a heal right next to us, so if we survive, we can heal, so that's pretty good. So let's do that. Oh, I haven't fought this before. This is a whole new fight for me, guys, so let's see how it goes. Play Berserk. Sun Hero plays a card. Bearer gains 1 power this turn. Attack for 15. Wow. Let's cycle. Okay, I would love to do Yeah, no. We're gonna do Zealous Blow first. Let's do that, just to get that raw power, and then we can do this even more power. I don't mind spending the Faeria in this for the 2. Get a bit of block as well. We can then draw off this. This is going to put Sharra up front. Strike for 11. Oh, actually, we'll just do it this way. So Sharra is going to take a lot of damage, but we also have a lot of block to help soak it. I think this card is good if you get it for 0. I don't think I'd draft it for 2 Faeria. It seems a bit pricey. I think actually sword with socket combo is probably really strong. But I think it needs a socket at least with something extra for me to at least draft this card. You guys might have had a different experience. I know a lot. I know I've been reading Discord that players really like sword. I guess it's an investment. If you get it like in your first hand at the start of the battle, you can drop sword down, and it's, especially in boss fights, it is going to really help. So maybe I haven't been fair to sword. I should probably test it a bit more in the future. Oh, 11 damage just off the Sword of Destiny there. This is the card that I've been interested in. 2 attacks there. Oh, I should have maybe just spent the 1 in this situation. Yeah, it gets that curse. I have to leave it at that. As much as I'd like to hit for 11, this creep will kill Sharra. So we'll just pass here, and we'll take the 20. 10 damage. This boss is tough. Oh, this is the go ham turn. But I don't really have much to go ham with, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to brand.
There can be only
just so we can get some damage going. Now the one issue I'm finding with my deck at the moment is I don't have enough card draw. So that's something I'm gonna look to answer. Oh, I wish I could get Sharra back out actually. Yeah, I need more card draw in this deck for sure. Yep, and this is gonna be Ripperino Crocodile. You took Sharra down to 1 health. You were definitely a strong foe. Poor Sharra. You got absolutely munched. This is pretty good. I'm a fan of this gem. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it yet. What did I ask for? A sword with a socket. Taking it. We're taking it, guys. We've discussed it. It's time to take the card and see all the hype is about it. We have some gems to work with. I want to save something for Corrupt. I might put Retain in Corrupt Blade, so I can let it just be discarded and then save it for that 1 turn where Seifer has tons of cards I can unleash and I can just go ham. So yeah, you're gonna get Retain. Where do I want to put this? This is probably decent in something like Stab. Just increase the base power of Stab. Stab does 8 now for 0. It's pretty strong. And then we have a heal. Tricky heal. I feel like Sharra is the one who's taking the most damage right now, so let's put heal on one of her cards. Could put on 1,000 cuts. I'd like to put combo on 1,000 cuts, actually. Maybe put it on duel. So she does 12 and heals for 10. It's pretty good. Seifer's a bit naked on gems, but he's an absolute powerhouse, so I believe that he'll be fine. He'll be absolutely fine. There's a shop over here. 25 now. So we're at 25 is like my baseline to get this. Anything extra I get is just a bonus. Really, the card draw for me is high value. 10 health is actually pretty good as well. But the 1 power is 35 cards. Like, the game is encouraging deck building. You know, getting more cards, making your deck thicker. Whereas, like, some deck builders, mainly like the tabletop versions, they kind of encourage destroying cards to make your deck more consistent. So it's an interesting balance, I find. Let's go here first. Let's look at our spread. We've got 25 cards. So we can draft a Seifer card here. 1 damaged. 1 Faeria, 10 damage, 5 life, 3 power if it kills. I really like this. We have more AoE as an option, but it is a little situational because of the Unleash. We're going to take the Absorb. I'm a big fan of Absorb. Alright, this is giving us an idea of how things are going to look. I could go for the money here. Then jump on for gold. Oh! Actually, we'll go for this battle. And then we'll go up. We'll take the Fagoro. We'll try and draft up the 30 cards to get that extra health. And then on the next chapter, we'll try and get up to the limit. And then we could even consider afterwards. Oh, it actually created a Corrupt Blade for us. So we can keep this one for later. That's very kind. I'm gonna put Sword in Seifer. Yeah, I'll use the Unleash here. We'll do 20. And we'll just armor up. And soak a lot of that damage. I really underestimated the power of blocking when I first started playing this game. And I would definitely say blocking is very important. Keep that in mind. It's very strong blocking. We don't have a lot of ways to maneuver back and forth, unfortunately. Do we put the curse on? I think this is fine. Like, we go 0, 2, 1, 1. Yeah, I think we'll be okay if we do it this way. We could actually burn the brand just to make things a bit cheaper. We actually have a bigger damage output that way. Yeah, we're actually gonna use the brand here. It's just a little more efficient when it comes to comboing. And then yeah, 16 here, 17. No, we got the extra, don't we? See you later, bear. Yep. GG's. GG's, bear. And there's a combo there doing 2 times 4 damage. It's making a 0 cost 8 damage. Very nice. I haven't used this card yet. I think this is pretty decent. This is actually going to be a lot better considering I have the Corrupt now, the Corrupt Blade. We're not building summon, so I'm not gonna draft this. That'll be for another episode. I haven't used this yet. I think I should I'm gonna draft the 100 Strike just to get an idea of what the card's like. Yep. Oh, we got foiled there, guys. All the cards I've ever wanted have shown back up, and riposte. Where are we looking? 27. Yeah. Taking Glory. Riposte for 30. There's a bargain. We'll take Frenzy. We'll take Absorb. Yeah, that's great. Take the power up for our life. Let's push Sharra up to... I wouldn't mind getting Sharra up to 60. And we're going into our second boss battle. I'm really confident with this deck so far. This is probably my favourite duo. The Sharra and Seifer. I'm a big fan of Sirocco Seifer as well. I'll hopefully show you that soon. Because the amount of card draw you can generate with that deck is kind of ridiculous. Whoa, what is going on here? Lots of cards. Okay. We have... We can actually Glory up to 2 Faeria. So this is going to attack for 15. So if you look at this as a Farian Golem, and we get to attack different pieces of it. All of the creatures' health is linked to the heart. So as long as you attack one of them, they all take the same amount of damage. If you attack the head, after the golem's head takes 25 damage, the golem becomes weak until the end of turn, taking 50% more damage. And then you also have legs. After the golem's legs take 25 damage, it falls over and becomes vulnerable for two turns. One thing to consider with this boss is timing when these go off. I'm probably just going to beat the head up here. So we have so much damage in hand right now. I'm just going to go in on the head and see if we can get a lot of output. Oh dear, this is where things start to get very scary for our foreign friend.
There can be only one.
I have 7 Faeria to work with now. Yep, let's just knock this off. So I'm going to use Sharra here to try and finish this off. So we can do, we can put 14 here. Okay, now it's time. Oh, no, I did the wrong one. That's silly, I should have broken the legs. Silly me. Okay. Let's go for the legs. Yeah, well, we'll just knock the legs off here. And then big Seifer swings. 12 damage each hit. 3 times. And then we just get to hit this for 12. And then we get an attack off with Sharra. Melting that HP. So the weak is going to disappear. Because I believe weak only lasts 1 turn. And vulnerable lasts 2. From what I remember. Floor is lava. So we just want to deal damage this turn. I might set up the head to be weak next turn. Do I even want to use this? 1, 2. I might keep this actually. Yeah, let's set up the head to get weak next turn. Our riposte isn't going to affect this at all. Oh, if I hit it now, I'm going to be in trouble. So we're going to start chipping away at vulnerable. I like to leave these on low HP, and then when I get a good hand, I'll hit one of them off. Or if I need to protect my life, I'll hit the head. If I get a good hand, I will hit the legs, and then I'll deal all that damage. It's a good little strategy against the Farian Golem. So Flora's Lava is a debuff. With the bearer swaps, they take a lot of damage, which doesn't really help my comp, since my comp likes to bounce around a lot. But we do have access to the Rage, so we're going to put Rage here. It's going to take 5. See, 100 strikes isn't very good for us because of the lava. So we're probably just going to do all this. We're going to leave Seifer up front. Yeah, we'll leave Seifer up front. We got vulnerable and weak. Yeah, then we can just punch him for a good amount of damage, 21, and then drop 8 power. Only dealing 11 damage to Seifer, but in a very good situation. Oh, see, this glare would have been fantastic for this turn. I might keep this for next turn, actually, and use this as a setup. Can I destroy this? To mitigate the damage. I'd like to be able to. I guess I can deal 8. And then I can, or if I could Corrupt Blade this, deal 8. It's tricky, actually. It's really tricky. Let's go for a more defensive turn. I think we should set up. I think we should set up the Vulnerable in anticipation of going Corrupt next turn. And we'll block. We'll let Seifer take the brunt of this. It's gonna take a lot of damage, actually. He's gonna take 24 damage. Yeah, take another 10. So the health is quite balanced. Again, not the strongest turn for a Corrupt, unfortunately. But it does allow us to... Yeah, I think it's okay. But I think we wait. I guess we can get some power reduction going. Yeah, actually, we're gonna make sure Sharra's up front this turn. And we'll put 13 here. For now, 4. And then Sharra's going to go for the head. Go for the head. For the head. So we set these up for next turn. We'll take the 15 weak attack. Now we're kind of just hoping that I draw a lot of Seifer cards going into the next turn. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay. And then we're gonna AoE. Actually, I should have Corrupt Blade first. Bit of a misplay from me. 17. Let's get some heals. 15, 9. 24. Ooh. Lots of debuffs. Attack for 25. We're in a really good position now. Yeah, we'll cycle. Take the 5. Lots of Faeria to work with. Oh, I should be hitting this, but I don't think it matters. Oh, the damage! Seifer! Crazy. Crazy damage. There we have it. Boss number 2 completed. Chapter 2. In the dust behind us. Seifer Sharra just blasting through. Gem of Shadows. Scatter card reduces cards cost by 1. Very good option for sword. Something we'll definitely consider. And we also get Bladed Buckler. Whenever an enemy attacks the bearer, they take 3 damage. Probably a Seifer card. You just soak a lot of damage for us. So we have it on to chapter 3. Let's see if I can finish RogueBook and defeat the dreaded Phoenix. If I come up against Phoenix, I'm gonna have the time of my life because I really want to destroy the Phoenix. I haven't beaten Phoenix yet, so I'm hoping we can do that in this episode. Alright, so our options are pretty straightforward here. We have the battle, or we can go to the Jester and start gambling. Probably going to gamble at this point. We did find the Gem of Shadows. The Gem of Shadows could be good on sword. It could also be good on 100 strikes. 0 cost, add 3 daggers to your hand. Not sure. I guess I could put it on Frenzy. 1 cost Frenzy would be really tasty as well. 0 cost Absorb. It's going to go on sword. We're going to put on sword. And then we're going to draft a card. So we have 15 Sharra cards, which means we're going to have 16 Seifer cards, so it's time to draft a Sharra. Blade Dance. Okay. Blade Dance is a card I drafted very early on in my last Seifer Sharra run. And I hadn't used it before, and I wasn't impressed. I was like, this card is just not for me. I'm not enjoying it. It's not doing much. I'm just discarding it. Then I got to the late game, and I was paying 1 for about 20 to 30 damage because of all the swapping I was doing with Sharra. This is about the time you want to see Blade Dance. If you're going to get Blade Dance, get it in about chapter 3 or kind of end of chapter 2, and that's when you'll see the most mileage come from this card. This card's really good, but it's good later on. You don't want it in the early game. So let's take that. And let's take a fight, I guess. We're the only other option. I'm going to go into the mountains and see what's in store for us here. Whatever this is,
Well met.
I've never seen this before. 376 health? 5? 5 what? What is this? I don't know. Combo. Gain 2 block. Each time you play a Sharra card this turn, exhaust. Gain 2 block. This is a pretty good card as well. I'm quite a fan of this. So let's set this up. Start off. Is this like a bomb? Is this like a DPS race? Should I just go in here?
There can be only one!
Guys, we're going in. I'm a little scared. Oh, I had enough Faeria to actually start daggering there. That was a misplay from me. I probably missed a lot of damage, actually. Probably this. I probably missed 7 to 14 damage. This might be a DPS race. I think it's a DPS race, guys. That's my guess. Oh, let's stick this on you. We'll discard the block. And we'll go for the rage. Unless we keep this. And then we just go for these 2. And then see if we can use the unleash next turn. I think that's fine, actually. So yeah, we deal 13. And then we're going to deal 9 damage 3 times in a row. We'll get this for next turn. We might have a bigger Seifer turn. Actually, we didn't have a bigger Seifer turn, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And we'll move you here. We might as well use this for damage now, since we have access to this. Find some cuts. Choppy chop. This is 1 for 9. 1 for 9 is actually really good, but like I said, it can scale up to like 20 plus. Which is really good as well. And we get to take that 9, and we get the extra hit with Sharra. Oh, I have no idea what this guy's gonna do. Do I have enough Faeria to get things going? I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't really need the glory here, unfortunately. Make sure Sharra's up front. We're on 1, guys, and I don't even know what this is going to do to me. Do I use this? I'm going to draw cards. Yeah, Do I put the corruption on? Cost. Yeah, let's stick this on now because I'm a little concerned. I can actually find to set this up. Or unless I just go for yeah, I could just actually do this instead. So we just put 11 on, and then we'll put 14. And then we can actually take another hit as well on top of that. We should do 7. Yeah. Oh. Not as devastating as I thought it would be. So we can riposte. We can daggers first. And then we can barrier. See, they didn't even really play much of a role. So we deal 6. And then this will hit me. Take 4, and then we'll deal 5 back off the riposte. Because the riposte gives you 5 block, and then you counter the enemy for 5 damage. Where did this dagger come from? I could keep this again. Yeah, we're gonna save this for next round. Try and set lethal off it. 48. I think we can do 48 damage. Yep, shouldn't be an issue. Okay, give it a cheeky swipe of the Sword of Destiny before we wrap things up there. Lovely. 27 gold. I would talk about these cards, but they are summons, and we're not playing summons with Seifer right now. Scroll Teleportation is actually one of my top picks for Sharra. It allows you to really utilize that combo synergy by shimmying back and forth between front and back. But you also draw a card as well, so it gives a bit of cycle. Lots of utility in that. Let's go for the box. Oh, Garadan's Claw. Garadan's Claw. We're giving it to Seifer. So Garadan's Claw. Whenever the bearer plays a card that costs 2 or more, deal 5 damage to all enemies. Very strong. How are we looking in terms of... We actually only need 2 more cards to get the last bonus. The Tenderizer! Tenderizer. Who do I give it to? Both of these characters deal a lot of damage. I think Seifer's actually more likely to deal more damage. That's a really tough one, actually. Let's have a look. So we got 14 here, so that's 1 card. One card. 1. We can push this up to 12. That's 2, 3, 4. It's gonna go on Seifer. Makes a lot more sense. The gem here. We're looking. No. 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 I just don't want to be sacrificing my health. I want to win, so yeah, I want to win. That's the reason. So Cobbled Gargoyle is an awesome card for Seifer, especially if you're playing summons. So I definitely recommend picking this up if you're playing a summon Seifer build. Not so much bothered about gold. I think we just take Shadow Strike, the sword, since it's cheap. And then we get the power increase from the power bangle. Fantastic. I actually feel our deck is in a really good spot right now. So I don't want to risk fighting anyone. I'm fine with 35 cards in my deck, so I might actually just take some story nodes here. My favourite story in the game, Mirror Phantasm. In Faeria, Mirror Phantasm can transform a friendly or an enemy creature into a copy of itself. In this game, it copies a card. You know what the best thing about this is? It copies a card if it has a gem in it as well, or 2 gems. So I can get another Grand Slash for double cycle combo. I could go for Glory if I want more Faeria. I could go for another Rage. It's going to have to be this, because it's the best value. But yeah, Mirror Phantasm. So we just gained another Grand Slash. And it has all the gems inside of it. Grand Slash times 2. Feels good, guys. I'm playing it safe. I'm afraid. I want to get this gem over here before we leave. Gem of Blitz. Attack all enemies for 1. Take the money. Let's loop back around to Fagoro. I guess we could take this. This is going to be our last encounter of the game. So we'll give this to... I said this is good on Seifer. So which is fine. We can take the heal. Back up the full health. And now we go into our final game. We have 1 gem, Gem of Blitz. So we can add AoE to something. So we can double down on more AoE, for example. So we could actually stick it on here. I'll bump the AoE up itself. Stick it on here. Make that a bit stronger. Let's stick it on one of the absorbs. Give that a bit more push. Come on, Phoenix. Come on, Phoenix. I'm ready for you. Last time I fought Phoenix with this comp, I lost. Oh, it's Apex Predator. Okay.
Well met.
That's I really wanted Phoenix, but let's fight the Apex Predator. So, Stagger. After taking 50 damage in 1 turn, stun the bearer, skip their next action. They both share the same health. One of them blocks, one of them attacks. That's generally what happens here. It's tempting. I don't know. I really want to stun this before it blocks. We do have a bit of card draw, which is handy. So let's start chipping away at this stun. And then we'll play this. And this. And then we'll swap to the back and draw a card. Oh. Let's take a dagger. So I'm going to do 15 to this. I might have to actually... 21. That's tough. I might brand here just to make sure we knock this off. Yeah, we're going to have to brand.
There can be only one!
The block is going to make our life so awkward. And then he's stunned, and we take 25. Didn't use Shadow Step, as you noticed, but I'm on the fence with the card. I do want to win this, so I'm going to play with what I know to start off with. Just let's cycle. Oh, I should be attacking this. That was a misstep from me. We'll use the pact here. Because we're going to glory. Put this here. It's going to do 30 damage. It's pretty crazy. Let's swap back to the back row, draw a card. Let's take a dagger. Fortunately, we can't use all the Faeria that we generated this turn. And we won't even be able to stun this, probably. But we'll try and set up the stun soon. Oh, actually, I could Shadow Strike. Oh, that's good. So I can, yeah, I can stun him. Feels good, guys. So this is going to be stun. No power-ups, but we are going to soak some damage here. We have a new stagger in place. Oof. Man, don't have any power. This is the issue I generally find with this combo. Don't have a lot of ways to sustain. I guess we have the flame rush. What do we want to stun? I don't know what's more deadly. I think it's this guy's the most deadly. Let's take our dagger. And I'll shimmy back. Cycle. Sweet. Oh. Yes, please. This will just need 15 damage. I can get 15, which is great. So we can, yeah, maybe we just, you know, we'll do this. And we stun this guy now, so we're only going to take the 20 damage. Got some bleeds going as well. Looking pretty good. But you never know. You never know. There's been times I'm like, yeah, I'm going to win this, and then I've just been murdered because my sequencing was off or something. Oh, block. The block kills me, guys. I guess we can riposte into defend. Unfortunately, I just don't have the cycle this time. Yeah, we'll just chip away at this. Let me discard that. Oh, the block's really brutal. There's a lot of numbers going around here. We have a lot of things triggering, like Garadan's Claw. We have this guy going off the gargoyle. We got bleeds. So yeah, it does look like there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, look at this. This is criminal. It's gonna kill us. I guess I can, as long as Seifer's in the front row, I'll be okay. Who am I gonna give the power up to then? Guess I can give it to you. And then attack for 30, knocking off that armor. Doing a little bit of damage. I don't know. I didn't like that turn. Oh, the power up. Brutal. Brutal. This is pretty terrifying. Do I stun this one or do I stun this one? I can soak this. I guess it's the same really, unless I get power reduction. But let's just go for this guy. Oh, that's good. We'll take Pact. It's the thing's a bit more interesting, I guess. Yeah, Sharra's probably gonna stay up front row. If I can stun this. Yeah, that's great. So now we do strike. Strike. Riposte. So yeah, hit, bleeds, riposte. Oh, wait, what? No, I stunned the wrong one. I was meant to stun. Oh no, I stunned the wrong one. I was meant to stun the 24, the 2 attack. That's 28 damage, right? And then I had the 24. Where were you? I mean, look, I need to draft more glaze in this comp. 100% need to draft more glaze, and I don't have a brand, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to try and nuke this as best as I can before I get destroyed. I can unleash on this for one. Probably not worth it. There's not much else I can do after that. Oh, I should have hit this one. Mistakes were made, guys. I wouldn't have had enough anyway, right? This is where I find out I would have enough. Yep, I made a misplay there. I could have destroyed that. Ah, no. No, the mistakes. Oh, man. This game. Wait, the bleed got him! The bleed got him! I'm fine. I did it. Oh, misplays, but I was saved by the bleed. Not by the bell. By the bleed, guys. Whew. Seifer Sharra. Put me on edge in these last fights. Battle completed. And there we have it. I have defeated the RogueBook. As you turn the last page of the RogueBook, it slams shut with terrible force. You awaken as if from a dream. Your body is aching. You feel as though you've been running for days. You can hardly recall what the book contained. Each page seems heavy in your mind, like a painful memory. Its chapters are pieces in a shifting puzzle that can never be resolved. Your thoughts feel swollen as you reach for the book again. Is that a laugh you can hear? A laugh. Very mysterious. But that is going to wrap up this run of RogueBook. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I love Sharra Seifer. Give it a try, guys. There's a lot of damage you can deal with that comp, and as you can see, they do, those two together are damage machines, but they do fall behind on the defensive abilities, especially that of Aurora and Sirocco. So if you're looking for a very fast, hard-hitting comp, Sharra Seifer may be for you. I didn't actually pick up some of the items from Sharra, which I think are really good. So relic-wise, paired bracelets, very strong. I can't remember exactly. I think it's every time you combo, you draw a card. Yeah, paired bracelets, every time you combo, draw a card. Very good with Sharra. The Slinky, every time you swap positions, Slinky takes a damage, has 5 life. When Slinky dies, it does 5 damage, area of effect to all creatures, and then it respawns. Also very good with Sharra. We didn't really get to see the max potential Blade Dance in that run, but very strong. We didn't draft Cross Strike. I really like Cross Strike. We had a different decision. We went for the AoE instead. I think that actually worked out better. Again with Slice and Dice, another great card. Power Surge, I've written down, but I don't recall what Power Surge does off the top of my head, unfortunately. But Power Surge, I've actually put as a really strong card, which I like. I've just got a note here that wounds disrupt the card, so maybe run 1. So I've put down Power Surge as a 1 of. but who knows. So there we have it. Thank you very much, guys. Be sure to check out the Kickstarter. And make sure you back the game if you enjoy it, and make this game become a reality, and we can have loads of fun together in the future of RogueBook. So until next time, guys, take care, and I hope you enjoyed my RogueBook adventure.
Abracam presents RogueBook, the epic roguelike deck builder with Yaks.
Oh yeah, there's something else. Every pledge will grant instant access to the alpha version, so you can play right now.